Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today's gonna be a different video. It's gonna be a story time on how my mom passed away. So I apologize now, my energy's off. I'm just coping, trying to cope, but I have everything written down. So on February 27th at 10:30 in the morning, I came downstairs to make breakfast like I normally do for me, my mom, and my daughter. It's just my normal routine, taking care of my baby, taking care of my mom, and I come downstairs and I see her on the floor, and she's pale and cold, and I started talking to her just to keep her here. She wasn't making any sense, you know, and I knew something was wrong, so I called the ambulance. They come. My 2-year-old jumps on my mom. She loves my mom. So she jumps on my mom. She's not letting my mom go. And she's fighting the ambulance like, you're not taking my grandma. It's my grandma. So seeing that is hard enough. And then they take her. The first day that she went to the hospital, I couldn't be there because they were running tons of tests. Then the second day, I get a call that she suffered a heart attack. That was a tough pill to swallow. But not only that, she suffered a stroke. So here I am trying to keep myself together for the sake of myself and my child. I just keep thinking, oh my God, how's my mom feeling? Like, is she gonna make it out of this? Come to find out, her brain continued to catch strokes. So I already knew. Like, I just kept praying, keeping my faith that my mom's gonna be okay. Here comes day 3. My mom suffered from a condition that her blood would thicken up to the point that it would create blood clots. So her blood started creating blood clots. Her legs were not getting any circulation. They were talking about amputating, and they were like, let's just give her some time. Let's give her blood thinners. Let's start her off on that. Okay. So I just kept going to see her and talk to her. And then, she was having respiratory issues. So to see her with massive tubes down her throat and her not being able to speak back was probably the hardest thing for me. Simply because, you want to hear those words, I love you, and I'm going to be okay. But realistically, you have to accept things aren't looking okay. And I'm the type of person that regardless on how hard, thank you, regardless on how hard a situation may be, I like people to be honest. Like, this isn't looking good. She don't look like she's going to make it. So day 3, I have many doctors talking to me about how they feel the situation is going. 2 doctors said that they felt she'll make it. 2 doctors felt that if she was to make it, her life is going to be completely different. They'll have to amputate her legs. She'll have to be fed through a feeding tube. She only help using the bathroom. And that's all because her brain kept catching those strokes. So, and her heart started failing. So in my head, I was like, this is it. I know they're not trying to stress me out because I have my own health problems, but at the same time, this is my mom. Like, I will put my health behind for the woman who gave me life. Sorry. But, you know, going into that conference room, I already knew, like, everybody in there was trying to keep it together and, you know, be strong for me. And seeing other people ready to break down makes you want to break down, because you're like, okay, these people know that she's going left field and they just trying to sugarcoat it. I don't like that. I don't accept that. But, like, the hardest part for me was she was good the night before she went into the hospital. I made her dinner. We were listening to music. We were laughing, you know, cracking jokes. And then to wake up the next morning and just like that, everything changed. So go in the conference room. They tell me everything that I already knew. By day 4, she just didn't look like herself. It was, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. Like, it's hard for your parents to see you sick with a cold, or if you have to get surgery, your parents are freaking out. Now picture if it was the other way around. You having to see your parent in the hospital in ICU. That's the hardest thing. Like, I hate hospitals. Hospitals smell like death to me. I don't like it. But I was going every day to see her. I was talking to her. You know, my mom, her eyes were closed the whole time. And when I played a video of my daughter,
You hear Pumpkin? She said, Mama,
calling
good
for her,
morning.
my mother opened her eyes. And she opened her eyes and started looking like, where's my baby girl? And I had a hope that she was going to come out of there. I was like, yes, come back. Like, we need you. We're all you have. You're all we have. So, she just didn't get any better after that. And I just kept praying and praying. The complications got worse and worse. And the hardest part of all of this is that I have a 2-year-old that was so attached to her. How do you explain to a 2-year-old that she's never going to see her grandma again? That pain is unexplainable. And I'm trying to hold it together for the sake of her. Like, I look at her, she reminds me so much of my mom. By day 5, we had doctors telling us, you know, we're going to keep running tests. You know, her MRIs came back good. Okay, that's day 5. Family was here. You know, she got to hear her mom. She got to hear her brother, you know, her sister. You know, she got to hear her siblings here. And then her mom was here for her. And my dad actually came out after years of them not speaking. No, mama. After years of them not speaking, he actually came out and, you know, they made, well, I feel like that was my mother's only unfinished business was my dad. And the fact that he said, I'm sorry, and it's something that she waited so many years for. I feel like that was the peak that she needed. Her only unfinished business. So he came out, he was talking to her, you know, and she was like still moving her hands and stuff. Like, they had to have her tied down because my mom was such a feisty person that she was trying to rip the tubes out of her mouth. And, you know, they were afraid of that. So they had her tied down. But the one hand, she like moved it to hold my dad's hand. And when my dad was like, "Do you forgive me?" she squeezed his hand. And that was day 5. So, you know, we had to come home because we couldn't overwhelm her. So I hated riding to the hospital and riding back home. I just wanted to bring her home. That's it. Like, sorry. Day 6, we go to the hospital and they tell us, you know, that we have to bear ourselves because they don't see her getting any better. She's only going to get worse. So, thank you. Thank you. Love you. Love you. She's the only thing that keeps me going. But yeah, we went to go see her and her feet looked terrible. Like, she had no circulation in her feet. It's to the point that her feet were black and cold. Like, and I know that it hurt her because she kept like moving her legs and trying to move them. And that was just like the hardest thing for me to see. So day 7 comes and we're just spending as much time with her. I'll be back there for hours. Being that I have a 2-year-old, we had to take turns, you know, family. And, you know, when my mother seen, I know when she felt her mom, it was like peace for her. But my uncle had a big impact on my mom. And when he'll talk to my mom, she'll like move around. Like, I feel like my uncle and her were best friends. And you heard him right. So, you know, my mom was like so excited for him to come, and for this to happen, it's been tough on all of us. But I feel like it kind of made her more at peace, being that, you know, my uncle was here. Their bond was more stronger than the bond that she had with her sister. But I know she was happy that her sister was here as well. The fact that she wanted this for so long and it took for something like this to happen, for family to be around, I feel like at that moment she felt important. So by day 7, she just wasn't getting any better. And like, we all try to keep our faith, but it's not. In a situation like that, we're all thinking crazy. You know, we're all on top of each other. Like, being in the hospital is ridiculous. We're all just trying to keep our shit together, and nothing was working out. Like, we weren't eating, sleeping right. We were just like, okay, we gotta wake up and go back to the hospital. So even drinking coffee at that moment was difficult. So the next day comes, and that's when we went to go visit her. Everything was good. We get home around 9:30. Everybody's getting ready for bed, and I get the call that my mom passed away. And to me, like, my heart sank because 20 minutes prior to that, I'm putting my daughter to sleep. And she looked out my window and she's like, Mama upstairs. So I'm looking at her like, I sleep in the attic. So in my head, I'm thinking, oh yeah, we're in the attic, but Mama's not here. But when I seen her point to the sky and she's like, Mama upstairs, bye-bye. In my head, I'm like, okay, I'm already expecting the worst because my daughter don't do things like that. Come to find out, 20 minutes later, I got the call that my mom passed away. In my head, I'm freaking out because I don't know how to tell my grandmother. My grandmother's old. I don't want her to go right after my mom. And then that's two people that I'm losing. And then I just couldn't help it. I'm walking down the stairs like, she died. She died. Oh my God, my mom died. Because I didn't know what else to say. And I'm still here a week and some change after. And I'm still looking for my mom. It's hard for me to accept the fact that she's gone. Like, if any of y'all watched my previous video for my mom, that woman was my life. Like, that was my best friend. She was the rock to everything. Like, it's a different kind of hurt when you lose a parent. Just like when a parent loses a child. But when you only have your mom, she's all that I had. She's all I grew up knowing. So, to not have her, it's weird. And then having a 2-year-old that keeps asking for her. And everybody that she sees is short and has a bun. She thinks is my mom. So I feel like with me, it's going to take time to heal, of course. Because this isn't something that's rushed. But I just wanted to make this video for you guys. Because a lot of you have been asking for my mom. And, yeah. My butterfly has flew away. But this video is going to be short because I don't feel like talking about it too much. I don't want to break down in front of my kid. It's not good. I don't like her seeing me cry and stuff, but I might add some clips of her in the hospital. I'm not sure yet. But you guys will see the finished touches when I edit the video. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And just pray for us through this time. I love you guys. Say bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Bye. No? Okay. These will be the memories I'll hold forever. Thank you for being the best mom and grandma a girl can ask for. I love and miss you, my butterfly. Rest in peace, my angel. I love you, mama. Stay tuned so you guys can hear her for the last time. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Love you.